All right, joined by Courtney Hilling Giddins today. Thank you for joining me, Courtney.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so think back to when you were in middle school. Such a happy time. Why'd you decide to come to early college?
So I'll be 100% honest. My mother made me.
Good answer. Honest answer.
Yeah. I was kind of on the fence with it. One of my biggest things was I'm gonna miss all my friends. But my mom had talked me into it and was like, it's gonna be a really good opportunity. You'll meet new friends, and I had a few friends from my school that came along as well. So I still kind of had my friends with me, just not all of them. But it ended up being one of the best decisions I think I was ever forced to make.
All right, so you came, and obviously glad you made that decision. We are too. Were the classes as hard as you thought they'd be?
Um, Not really. I think what helped the most with it was being such a small class size. So if you needed the extra help, the teacher was able to give that time to you. And it really helped when we had our Avid because we had extra time. If we needed help with something, we could have somebody help tutor us. Like it was pretty easy. Now there were a few classes I didn't like, but that's just my preference. But for the most part, I mean, having that smaller group of students really helped any kind of trouble that I had, in my opinion. So,
But that small nature really does help. You got classmates, especially when we first put you in those college classes, you're together. Uh,
mhm.
it's early college only the adults different. Uh, and then for the most part, you'll still have early college people most of the time,
Oh
which is
yeah.
good. And of course, Avid. Avid's always good.
Oh yeah.
So what was your major? Or what was your focus of study with tech?
So it was Associates of Science. And I basically was in all of the science classes. So like my bio 210s, anatomy and physiology. I was trying to get into being a radiologist, but I'm not there. But that's okay. But I was like three classes short of graduating with it. But I mean, for an 18-year-old going through high school and college, that's actually a pretty good achievement. So
Yeah,
that's a pat on the back for me.
for sure.
So,
It's awesome, and the expectation is challenging. It's hard. The bar's really high there.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
so by 18, that's for sure a good thing. Close to being finished. So you graduate from early college. What's next for you?
So I took some time off of school. I had some personal stuff in my life going on that I had to deal with first. And then made just some silly decisions at a young age that I do not regret making because it led me to where I am now. And I can say that coming out of that situation, I've become a lot stronger. And I now work with women who were also in domestic violence situations. And so it's opened my eyes a little bit more to see like what I can do to help people because I was able to get out and I can share my experience with people. And so that's been really, really enlightening for me. And then I got married to my wonderful husband now, who actually went to early college as well. Um, and so we've made a beautiful life together. We have four beautiful children, and we have one heavenly child. And so it's been uh, it's been chaotic being a stay-at-home mom. A lot of people look at it like it's not a job, but it's very baseball, gymnastics. It's yeah,
It's a lot.
it's a lot. I eventually, when our youngest, who's 11 months, when she gets into school, I would like to go back to school and try to continue my career in the medical field. Um, but right now, I'm just taking it day by day. It's yeah, it's a lot for
It
sure.
is a lot, and the time goes by so fast.
Oh yeah, I
It's
know.
It's crazy. Like once
Yeah.
they hit kindergarten, you're like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah, my oldest is 7, and it's like I just want her to slow down.
right? I
So,
wish I could say it would. It won't.
yeah, that's what
My
everybody
kid's about
says.
to go into middle school, so
Uh,
but that's awful. All right,
yeah,
so you live in Georgia, right?
correct. Yes.
Winder, is that right?
Yeah, Winder. Yep.
I'm
So,
familiar with Winder. I went to Georgia
oh,
over in
nice.
Athens, not too
Okay,
far
yeah.
away.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not that far.
what do you like about, or how did you end up in Winder? I guess I should say.
So, I've lived in South Carolina my entire life. But me and my husband decided to move closer to his family, which they live here in Winder, Georgia. And it's literally just like a speck on the map. Nobody's ever heard of it. So we just tell people, oh, Athens, because everybody's heard of Athens, with UGA. But we had moved here to be closer to his family. And it from there it just kind of picked up. He got a job working at a rock quarry. Like I said, I stay at home with my kiddos, and it's we may be a small town, but there's a lot going on. And it's nice because it's quiet and small. We don't have all the tourists, and it's just a nice way to just calm down, take a step back, and kind of go back to that country living and not hustle and bustle,
At a
which is
simpler
really nice.
time, right?
Yes.
A lot to be said for that, for sure.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
how's George? You good?
He's good. I mean, he's thriving. he's he's working 12, 14-hour shifts, but I mean, he loves his job, and that's really, I mean, at that point it's no longer a job, you know.
Right.
So he's doing pretty good. I told him he should do an interview too. He's like, I didn't graduate. And I'm like, oh, I'm sure he would still like to hear from you.
Absolutely. I'm always open to talk to him for sure.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you make the choice. You do the early college stuff. You go out on great adventure, great journey. What advice would you give the kid who thinks they know what they want to do, uh, but they're kind of not committed, or maybe they think they're like 100% dead set on something? What advice do you give that senior?
So I would definitely say stick with your gut feeling. If you want to go in the art field, the science field, anything that you feel passionate about, do it. Um, and you don't have to take everybody's advice, but it's really good to hear from other people what they have to say about something. Being a mom, I learned that one hearted, like, it's just, yeah. When people give you advice, they're not really telling you what to do, but it's nice to hear kind of their opinions on things, because then you can kind of take a step back and look and say, okay, yeah, I see where you're coming from. And never stop being heard. Always, always, always. If you are passionate about something and you have a voice, use it. That was one of the biggest things that I found coming out of my DV situation. Don't ever let anybody knock you down. Always, always, always keep going. Even if people want to hate on you and people want to say, "Oh, you're wrong," don't listen to them. Continue doing what you do, because that's the only way you can make progress with yourself, and that's how you feel better. Like just going off and doing what you want to do. So,
Good advice.
oh yes.
What advice would you give somebody who's maybe in that bad spot in a relationship? 18, 19 years old.
That was me. You may think you're in love, but I can assure you there are so many other people out there that are way better for you. Um, for me, I didn't really have anybody to talk to. It was just my dad. So for me, it was really hard. And I obviously didn't want to break my dad's heart, so I didn't want to tell him about it. But it's not as easy as just pack your stuff and leave. You really have to, like, there's a lot to it. You got to think about where you're going to go, who you can trust to tell. the finances to go and do what you need to do. But if you are stuck in a situation like that, there are tons of resources. There are a few things in Horry County that I would definitely want to change as far as DV situations. One of them being that you have to report the issue 3 times before cops will step in. And in most situations like mine, you may not make it to the second report. So if you ever feel like you're in that situation, always, 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 there's a DV shelter, I do believe, in Myrtle Beach that helps women, especially if you have children. I used to donate a lot of stuff to them. And they have pamphlets and classes and like is there's so many resources. And if you do happen to get out, don't tell anybody where you're going. Change your number. Like it's almost like making a new identity for yourself.
So,
But don't ever let that situation define who you are. Like that is not you. You are a whole different person outside of that situation. So it takes time, but you'll get there.
great advice.
Oh yeah.
Well, Courtney, it's been great catching up with you.
Yeah, you too.
Get George on here. We'll talk.
I
I taught
know.
George too,
I know he's stubborn.
and
So
people will watch George. I bet he's still very entertaining.
yes, and especially being a dad of four,
I
it
bet.
yeah, it's 3 girls and 1 boy, so it's
I bet. But good to see you. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me.
yeah, you
Good to
too.
see you. Bye.
Awesome. Bye.